welcome to the stream. Gold Kiara there. I probably sound like a broken record. Yeah, it probably is just a sign. I'm probably slowly dying. And I know you could maybe make the argument that that's just every day you exist, you're technically slowly dying. But basically what I'm trying to say is I have been definitely, if I sound sick, it's because I think I am sick. I have been sneezing to the point where I believe I'm like, like you sneeze so hard and frequent that like your sinus at the back of your throat a bit and like your nasal area, it feels like it's been like rubbed raw. So I feel like I'm tasting like, I don't mean to sound like graphic by any way, but like I feel like not only am I sneezing a ton, and that sucks, but also it feels like I'm like, the back of my throat is like irritated to the point where it might be like, I don't want to say bloody, but like when you can like taste like that kind of like sensation. I don't know. But I say all this because I'm going to be reading a bunch. I'm going to be trying to finish episode 5 here. I always feel the need to apologize when this is happening. If you go check the records, I bet probably about 50%, if not more, of the Umineko streams I've said this, or have claimed this, or have felt it without saying it. But if I sound off, or if I sneeze a ton, I'm sorry. I'm sneezing so frequently, I'm going to try very hard to mute myself before it happens on stream. But if one slips through, I'm sorry. And also, if you just hear like a weird awkward pause time, then that explains it. So again, feel the need to say that for the Twitch, for the YouTube archive, just to explain myself. But I appreciate it. I hope I get better too. Usually when this has been happening, it usually takes like, it's like a day-long thing, and I don't get what it is. I think it's one of two things. It actually rained recently here. Maybe it's like stirring up something in the air, or deep into my ventilation air conditioning system in my apartment is like some kind of spore or something that is slowly just killing me. And there would be no way for me to tell, That would be upsetting, but it would also be the funniest thing ever. I can't lie. I used to be 100% convinced that the old place I used to work at, the old office, like years ago I used to work at, it was out of like a really old office building. And me and my work friend, who I affectionately referred to as my work abuela, me and her were convinced that it was such an old building that there was something that was slowly killing us, like being pumped throughout the whole air system of the office building. I swear, we would always talk about it. We're like, we're slowly dying. This place, this office is killing us. Yup, definitely. Probably something like either asbestos or asbestos adjacent. I swear. Maybe I'm still suffering the effects of that. Who knows? Or the actual most likely answer is I'm just sick. And I probably get sick more frequently because I am getting older, and also I'm willing to admit, I'm not the one who takes care of myself the best. What I'm trying to say, I don't take care of myself as best as I probably should. That's what I mean to say. So with that out of the way, Umineko time. I'm claiming it. We're going to finish episode 5 here. I don't know. This could last 20 minutes. This could last 5 hours. But I'm going to cut it off at 5 hours. If it goes 5 hours, then we're calling it a night. I'm just not thinking that's going to be the case. So was it last time that Natsui she admitted that she pushed the person over the edge, I believe, in an act of like trying to gain forgiveness for someone who might not exist, but also maybe potentially slightly to get people off her back, sort of slightly maybe, to try to make them think like, oh, she's telling us the truth about this. That part was iffy. She was saying, this part, I did this, so the thing you can convince me of being a bad person and a murderer of is this event that happened 18 or so years ago, but you can't convince, like, I'm still iffy on that in my head. I want to think that that's the kind of the case, but it's also probably most likely the stated reason was she's saying she was feeling really guilty and also thought that would clear, like, her conscience, sort of, but, like, she's, like, repenting to this person again that may or may not exist. Again, say it for the third or fourth stream in a row, I'm convinced this guy exists. I think Umineko is going to do a switcheroo on us, and I think this person is going to exist, even though we were shown the way Lambda Delta was just shown being the voice of that person. I'm not fully convinced that's it on that matter, if that makes sense. I am so convinced that that's not the case. I couldn't be any less convinced, or any more convinced, whichever of those makes sense. Let's read chat here. Erica was praised and got all the rewards. Yes, she's a fucking brown noser to her double, the witch version. It's honestly, I always joke about this. Kingdom Hearts references, or similes here in Umineko, as I'm a big Kingdom Hearts guy. But if I was to make a parallel, let's say Erica is well, I don't know which of the two you would want to go, but Erica and Bernie Castell are basically somebody and nobody forms of each other. I guess you would say the more supernatural ones are the witchier ones. So Bernie is the nobody, and Erica is the somebody. Unofficial term, somebody. The person with a heart, technically, because she's human. But they're the one and the same person, basically. She's the piece part of her. Erica is a big brown noser. Still don't quite understand why everyone loves Erica. I mean, I kind of get it. Again, I've always said she's the character you love to hate. So I guess that sort of makes sense. But she does just kind of suck. Let's see here. And we got philosophy time with Battler, Virgilian, Dillinor. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did philosophy corner, and we reflected more on the Nox's commandments. But we don't talk about the fifth one. We don't talk about that one. For all intents and purposes, it doesn't exist. And I think that's where we're at. So we're just trying to finish the tea party. I was thinking of this as I was loading or getting the stream started up. I don't think I've ever stopped in the middle of a tea party or a question mark thing. Unless it was back in like episode 1, I just don't remember. I don't go to start and then load. Do I have to go here? Does it save my spot? Oh, I did on episode 4. Does it save my spot if I just click into this? Did I save? This is where we learn I didn't save. Is this it? 10:32 on September 26th? Looking at calendar. Oh, that is the save. Okay. This is a save, yeah? I'm trying to remember. It was Tuesday, right? It was a Tuesday Umineko. Okay. I think that has to be it then. If I did in episode 4, which would have only been like a month or so ago, how would I not remember doing it? Did I ask? No, here's the real funny thing. Let's go back to that VOD where I did it and then have this exact conversation where I question it. I'm like, did I save? Does it save itself? Do I click into load thing? I probably had the same exact conversation. If you want to go back a month or month and a half, go check if I did do it in episode 4. As chat is saying I did, and I probably had the same exact conversation. Just don't remember it. Guaranteed. 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 All right. Also, if I ooh, there's the first sniffle probably. If I seem to be reading slower, also that's the case. I'm all gross and disgusting right now. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, here we go. This is to finish episode 5. And so that, again, if you're being like, oh, why are you doing an extra Umineko stream? Well, there's a big reason, and then there's a smaller reason. Big reason is that so we can start episode 6 tomorrow during our normal Saturday night Umineko. The B reason would be that I don't want to start something new when we're going to be starting a lot of new stuff in next month. So that's the truths. So I have time to do it tonight. The mind was made up. Okay. Reading mode. By now, it's all too late. Let me think. Now that everything is too late already, I've got an endless amount of time on my hands. Let me think. One more time. Let me think about the red truth Virgilia gave me. Oh yeah, let me go to the past lines. That's a good, yeah, why didn't I do that? She's looking at, when I tried to bring back a proper move, her tea party, Virgilia saw right through me and laughed. Oh yeah, the topic of love thing. Yeah, I remember that being said. That was a good joke. That was a good one. That was a good one. Communication increases and you learn not to doubt your relationship. It's not as much that she's fighting at full force, and yet you still have no doubts. Is he talking about the one red truth where she said she wanted him to figure it out or something? Or is she talking about referencing the red truth of something? I didn't even get out a later one. A latter one. Okay. So he's wondering. You just knew I wasn't going to say something smart. Whatever second option I could have come up with, you would have been like, no. That's dumb. Don't even open up your mouth anymore. No, there was a second one. I thought he was referencing the one. I thought he was potentially referencing the one that the red statement Virgilia gave him that he ended up losing on, right? At the end of the actual episode, the episode proper, where she was like, hey, Natsui, but question about that. That was the one I'd actually say. Oh, you did. Here's the thing. I appreciate trying to. Okay, Natsui's not the culprit, so that's the red thing. So that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I appreciate you trying to figure what I'm saying to try to eliminate chat delay, like get me at the right moment. You gotta let me season my sentences, you know? You gotta let season my sentences. You gotta let me cook, you know? Also, I turn on, delay is not that bad. The delay, unless it's on your end, where, especially if you're watching, like, I don't know, a TV app or on your phone, where there's a natural delay built into those. I turn delay quite off on my end. Nah, you're all good, I'm just joking. Although season my sentences is very funny to me. Okay, so yes, that red sentence. No PC for the next couple weeks. Oh, okay. No, but delay isn't that bad. I would assume delay is still not that bad. Okay, so yeah, then here's my question. And it's good that maybe Battler's going to go over this then, because this is a good point. She said in red, Natsui is not the culprit. So what's going on here? What's going on here? And I said, hey. One more time, let me think about the red truth Virgilia gave me. and the crutch of the Decalogue that Delanor lent me. With the red truth, Virgilia guaranteed that at the very least, Beato left enough room in this tale for me to achieve victory. The red truth guarantee will once again give me the power to start my heart beating. And there's the crutch of the Decalogue, which Delanor lent me. Delanor herself warned me in the beginning that the Decalogue isn't so almighty that it can solve all riddles. However, she said something about how it could be used as a method to solve. No, to take on riddles. Let me try it. Though there's no guarantee that this tale is mystery or fantasy, let me believe that I'll definitely be able to solve it. That it is a solvable tale, a mystery. And let me take it on one last time. When I came to, I was suddenly in a strange tea room where I'd often argued furiously with Beato from across the table. That table. Of course, Beato was nowhere to be found. It was just me, isolated and alone. That's okay. Even so, I won't stop thinking. Okay then, what were Nox's commandments again? I'm sure Delanor explained most of them when slamming me with them. Of course, even I recall them vaguely. What was the first one again? That's so me trying to remember shit. Allow me to speak. Okay, I know where I want my audio to be. There we go. Nox is first. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, why is my phone going off? That was awkward. So, background there, I have my phone on my desk, and I don't really like to fiddle around with my phone while I'm streaming and stuff, but there was a notification on my phone, and then I wanted to clear it. And then by clearing it, I went to just swipe up, like it's an iPhone. So I swiped up on a thing, and I must have already been on like an internet browser page, and like an ad was like auto playing, and the audio just came on. So what the fuck was that all about, phone? Interrupting me. I'm already fucking one hand tied behind my back because I'm sick, and my phone just starts playing loud ad music or whatever. I couldn't even tell what was happening. I panicked and just turned it quiet. Jesus. This is a disaster of a stream. This is a disaster of a Friday stream. Alright, it is forbidden for the culprit to be anyone not mentioned in the early part of the story. When I muttered about what the first one was, as if answering my question, Delanor's subordinate appeared. Without bothering with an unnecessary hello, she told me nothing more or less than what I wanted to know. Yeah, that's it. The first. The culprit has to be one of the people mentioned in the early part of the story. In other words, the culprit must have already appeared. As early as the first game? Question mark? True. That's the most basic of basics in the mystery genre. A classic assumption. A classic assumption? Have I really been keeping to that assumption? With each new game, the number of people in this tale keeps increasing. That violates the closed circle rule. With each new game, the number of people in this tale keeps increasing. That violates the closed circle rule. By that point, everything gets screwed up. Did I give up on the inside, thinking that the true culprit or mastermind must not have shown up yet, and that reasoning was therefore useless? If I read this tale as a fantasy, new characters keep showing up, to the point where even having demon kings or gods or creators appear wouldn't be strange at all. Even if the true mastermind first appears in one of the last episodes, I'd have to accept it. However, if I read it as a mystery and stick with that conviction, then there's no need to worry at all about anyone who shows up later, because Nox's verse clearly states that it's impossible for the culprit to be anyone who appears late on in the story. Of course, there's also what both Delanor and Virgilia said. There's no guarantee that this tale follows the rules of the Decalogue, so of course, we can't deny the possibility that the culprit first appeared in the second game or later. However, this is one way of thinking. This time, I'll forget about the devil's proof completely. Try to borrow the power of the Decalogue in my thinking. After all, I've already said myself that I won't be able to reach the truth without a multi-angled outlook.
なら、何度も繰り返されたこのゲームの犯人は全て
In that case, that means the culprit in all these repeating games
18人の中の誰かだってことになる。
is one of the 18.
19人目の幻想なんて初めから必要ない。
From the very beginning, there was no need for an illusion of a 19th person. Even the first of Nox's commandments denies the existence of an unknown person known as the Witch from the very start. If I had followed that in the truest sense, I might not have suffered so miserably in the second game.
Nox の
And
第
Nox's
2条は
and Nox's second. I believe. Alright, get ready for a really dumb joke my brain just came up with. That's not funny at all. And Nox's second, several characters must not be wearing pants. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Alright. Just move on. Don't even. Allow me to speak. Nox's second. It is forbidden for supernatural agencies to be employed as a detective technique. Eleanor's other subordinate appeared without a sound and gave me an answer to my question. Pity claps. That's right. A detective can't go around using magic.
そして
So,
これがフェアな戦いであるならば
if this is a fair battle,
探偵と同様に
does that mean that, like the detective,
犯人もまた魔法を使ってはならないということだよな。
the culprit also isn't allowed to use magic?
謹んで申し上げる。
Allow me to speak.
解釈は自由と知りたまえ。
Know that you are free to interpret it as you please.
だよな。
Yeah, that's right.
ああ、
Sure,
俺の自由に解釈させてもらうぜ。
I'll interpret it my way. If this game is a battle between me and Beato, then because this tale is solvable, no elements will appear that make it impossible to solve. In other words, things like magic mustn't appear. When they do appear, I shouldn't suspect that the mystery element is breaking down, but I should instead question why it was shown, and suspect the witnesses and observers. That's right. That was Beato's greatest weapon in the second game. Depictions of magic which couldn't exist in a mystery. By showing me that, she forced me to think that this tale wasn't a mystery, and therefore that reasoning was impossible. So I surrendered. However, if I had believed unshakably that it was a mystery, it would have been completely obvious to doubt the witnesses who claimed to have seen magic. Also, at the end of the first game, it was revealed that this tale was passed on to people in the future by that message bottle. Someone had written about this crime, this tale. In other words, this entire tale is a world that includes the personal opinions of an observer, namely, the person who wrote that message in a bottle. In other words, the observer isn't God, it's a human. Therefore, there's no guarantee that this description is truly impartial. By the end of the first game, it's already clear that we've broken the constant premise of the mystery genre, that the story itself must be seen through the eyes of God. For that reason, it's possible to doubt even the observer as well as the witnesses. If I could have doubted this much, then no matter how many seemingly unsolvable displays of magic appeared, I wouldn't have had to blindly accept them and give up. However, that begs the question, is it even possible to solve a tale written by an observer who isn't impartial? If I get obsessed with this, all my reasoning will end here. However, I had to believe that Beato was trying to fight me through this tale. Because it's a fight. That means I've been given a chance of winning. By giving me that, doesn't that mean that reasoning is possible? This part is tough. Unless I believe that the cruel witch took on the risk of losing to try and have a fair fight with me, I can't get past this part. Just like Virgilia said, it's just like love. If I can't believe that Beato is fighting me head on with everything she's got, I won't be able to reason any further than this. Sure, I'll acknowledge it. Unless we acknowledge that we love each other, we won't be able to get any further. When Virgilia ran out of patience with the two of us, shy and incapable as we were of acknowledging that out loud, she gave me that red truth instead. That was the red truth, saying Beato wanted me to solve it, so she made the riddles of this game solvable. What the hell? It's like Satua-san in Class A says he likes you. Like hearing a love confession via a friend. Oh, the days of youth. Youth love. I really am. Pitiful. Reasoning is love. If we don't love each other, the reasoning won't start. In that case, how can we say that we love each other? If you think you can solve it, just you try. You're incompetent. Like hell you can solve it. Yeah, according to George and Iki, people like that are called tsundura. That brutal witch is finally starting to look a bit cute. Oh, I just, Gotta keep the fluids in me here. Alright. Oh, Beato. You're looking pretty dang cute right now. If I meet her again, I want to try saying you're such a tsundura. Tsundura. I think I should also point out that I took some pretty strong like cough medicine prior to the stream. So to try to assist in all this, but I'm really hoping this question mark section doesn't take like 4 hours, because I might zonk out before we get to 4 hours if it gets to that point. And also, if it sounds like I'm being like even goofier than usual, that might be the reason. I don't want to 100% confirm it, but maybe that's just possible. If I meet her again, I want to try saying you're such a tsundura. If I meet her again, somewhere. It's been a long week. We've all just had... We've just had a long week, you know? Tell me the other parts of the Decalogue. I don't care about the order. Give me something that seems useful. Allow me to speak. Knox's eighth. It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. Allow me to speak. Knox's sixth. It is forbidden for accident or intuition to be employed as a detective technique. It must not be solved with clues that aren't presented. And it must not be solved by relying on accident or coincidence. If this tale is made to be solvable, we can read this the opposite way. In other words, clues must be prepared so that the case can be solved. And it has to be made in a way that it can be solved without relying on coincidence. If I can believe that Beato is challenging me to a fair game where reasoning is possible, then I can be sure of that. In other words, Beato has already left me clues, hints, and messages in this tale. It isn't from the Decalogue, but Erica or someone said this. There are 3 riddles to be exposed in a mystery. One is the whodunit, one is the culprit, one is the howdunit, how did they commit the crime, one is the whydunit, why did they commit the crime. All of this means that clues related to these 3 riddles are already present inside this tale. No, strictly speaking, it's like this. Because she wanted me to solve these 3 riddles, Beato scattered hints about. Though whether I'm capable of catching those or not is another matter. Even if you think a riddle you propose is easy, it might be difficult for the person trying to solve it. In that case, it's only natural that there will be a difference in how difficult each person finds it. Therefore, as Beato goes through each successive game, she watches me closely and tweaks the game as needed to get a good arrangement. When Beato realized that I completely surrendered in the second game because it was too hard, she secretly worried. She's like the best like DM or GM, dungeon master, game master. Tuning difficulty. If I surrendered and lost the will to fight, the game would no longer remain on an even footing. Therefore, in order to make me regain my will to fight, from the third game onwards, she set things up in a way that made it easier for me, giving me tips on how to fight and a few hints. Virgilia and Renove obviously appeared so they could help me. Also, though we still had the usual crazy magic shows, she gave me the metaphor of the Brawn tube trial, as well as tips on how to fight back. I finally understood how to fight. And most likely, at the end of the fourth game, Beato managed to have the all-out showdown with me that she had probably wanted. Remember when that happened? Then, Beato acknowledged that my abilities had become full-fledged, and he trusted me with her heart. Trusted me with explaining this tale, didn't she? Only a month to go time. In that case, it was really dumb of me to boycott most of the fifth game. Just because I was so disgusted with those two witches. Doesn't matter who the game master is. All I need is to search for the truth in Beato's game. On the contrary, I should probably thank those two witches just a little for continuing the game in Beato's place, now that she's gone and left everything to me. Of course, I doubt those evil witches were trying to do anything of the sort. Culprit, crime, motive. Answers to those three ultimate riddles, the hints, must be scattered throughout the previously shown tales. It's probably a very faint light, like trying to find beads that have fallen into a sandy beach. They're definitely there. However, they're so faint that unless I believe strongly, there's no way I'll be able to find them.
金家
Please,
謹んで申し上げる
allow me to speak.
なんだ
What is it?
物語を遡りたまえ
Oh, we got the music going. Go back through the tale. I love this music cue because it's just like, it's like, oh, someone's gonna solve something here. A lock will be unlocked with some kind of key. Go back through the tale. Oh, she's talking to me? Alright, let's start back to episode 1, knowing all that we know now through almost 5 episodes. I think if I start back to episode 1, then I'll solve this. And I teased this like streams and streams ago. I shouldn't just rewatch episode 1. I should rewatch me watching it the first time. So I'll just watch my old VODs. And so it's like 2 of me. And with double the brains, we'll definitely figure it out. Because I'll have everything I say through the streams, VODs. And then I can like... Basically, the stream one is like Erica. The stream me. If I was to rewatch my VODs. And I'm Bernie. So it's like 2 of us. The piece me is watching it. And then I would be able to watch a second version of Eyes. And so it's the perfect thing to do. I'd be able to solve all these riddles. I am Bernie. The recorded me is Erica. Go back through the tale.
今の汝には真実のか弱き光を見逃さぬ目が与えられていると知れ
Know that you'll be given them as long as you don't lose sight of the truth's faint light. The only difference in the situation is that recorded me, which is taking the place of Erica, won't be able to brown nose towards me. The current me. I didn't think that far in advance. So, unfortunate, but small price to pay.
今こそ
Right now,
物語を。
Through this tale?
推理可能とは信頼関係の先にあるものと知りたてまつれ。
Know that for reasoning to be possible, a trusting relationship is required.
あ
Yeah,
あ、知ってるぜ。
I know.
いや、
In fact,
今ようやく気づいたかもしれない。
maybe I finally noticed just now. It's something that's been repeated over and over again throughout the tale. Persistently so. I'm just so curious, am I gonna have like a fucking brain blast moment in tonight's stream as we finish this up, episode 5? I really hope so. My sick brain right now could really use like a big revelation, just like oh shit moment that can then carry us to tomorrow's stream, you know? Fingers crossed. Persistently so.
愛がなければ
Without love,
真実は見えない。
the truth cannot be seen. Slowly the tea room dissolved into darkness. Then, as though I was slowly sinking into a pitch black sea, I passed through the crevice of the long journey I'd taken with Beato. It kept on falling and falling. It was a bizarre experience, like crossing over the boundary of sleep while still conscious. The several tales before became faint bubbles. No. Were they small shining fragments? And were scattered like stars amidst the pitch black sky. Kept sinking on and on. Into that sea. Oh. Moments. Moments. The tales up until now. One after another. After another. I wouldn't know, but I'm pretty sure. Isn't there like a Marvel character that sees a bunch of timelines and shit? Is that what is that what Battle is having right now? Virgilius guided Dante to Mount Purgatory and brought him to the feet of the Eternal Lady who waited at the top, Beatrice. I think that's Doctor Strange. I'll take your word for it. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. And brought him to the feet of the Eternal Lady who waited at the top, Beatrice. Therefore, the innermost depths lay not at the bottom, but at the peak of Mount Purgatory. The Eternal Lady has been waiting there for Dante the whole time. And then period. Remember Sakataro? Ellipses. I no. Period. And then I knew. Silly. I've finally reached the truth. To the depths. No. To the peak of Mount Purgatory. Idiot. You really are an idiot. Oh, we got music? Oh, we got lyrics? That hurts. He woke from the sleep of death, and bit by bit, his sense of pain came back to him. Oh my god, is he coming back? He's gonna, like, unspear himself? On Balor's face, which still looked up at the heavens as he hung there pierced by the longsword, a suffering and live expression gradually returned.
お前は
You.
本当に
Really are
バカだ
an idiot.
大バカだ
A huge idiot. Battler noticed. This whole time, Beato had been snuggling up against him, sleeping. And when he held her, he knew that it was not Beato, but her crumbling remains. Oh. So, when Battler just tried to hold that form as fragile as ash, then, just like a sandcastle made on a beach, washed away by a small wave, it fell apart and lost its form. At Battler's feet lay nothing but the ragged remnants of Beato's dress, and a pile of ash. No, atop that pile of ash, you could see something sparkling gold. It was the husk of a single gold butterfly, which had been torn to bits. And so, Battler knew. I've definitely reached the truth. However, I wasn't able to do it. Well, Beato still remained in this world.
ベアト
Beato.
お前
You.
本当に
Really are
バカだろ
an idiot. It's true. Not only that it's just now being brought up, I'm a firm believer in the term of endearment of calling someone an idiot in like a loving way. In my opinion, calling someone an idiot in a loving way is the best term of endearment. And maybe that's why I'm single. That's good.
俺はようやく
That's good.
お前の出題した
I finally.
このふざけた謎の真相に
Reached the truth
たどり着いたんだぞ
of this crazy riddle you've created.
お前の
Just
お望み通りに
like you wanted.
くじけずに
I didn't lose heart.
とうとう
And I finally
最後までたどり着いたのに
made it there in the end.
なのに
So why?
それを待てずに
I maybe cut him off there. Did you lose heart?
くじけちまったんだよ
Without waiting for me.
お前はあんなにも信じてたんだろ
You believed so strongly, didn't you?
俺が絶対に真実に至ってくれるって
That I'd definitely reach the truth.
ならどうして
So why?
どうして
Why?
それを俺と一緒に信じて
Couldn't you believe with me?
待てなかったんだよ
And wait.
永遠の拷問を強いていたのはお前じゃない
You aren't the one who's been forcing endless torture on someone else.
俺だ
It's me.
俺がお前に過酷な拷問を強いた
I've been the one putting you through such cruel torture.
そしてお前は最後まで抗い俺に訴え続け
You resisted until the very end and kept on protesting to me.
そして俺は
And even though
ようやく今になって
I've now finally
たどり着いたってのに
reached that truth,
お前はも
to think that you
う待ってなくて
couldn't wait any longer.
手遅れになっちまったって。
And that's all too late.
バカ野郎
You idiot!
どうしてお前が先に。
Why did you lose heart?
くじけちまうんだよ
For me? Damn it! Damn it! I can't stress my voice. Unfortunate. It's my fault. I forced her to endure this torture. In fact, she's been doing a wonderful job sticking through it for so long. Over and over and over again, you kept on protesting to me. And because I was so incompetent, it was as though I couldn't understand the truth.
バカ野郎
Idiot!
バカ野郎
Idiot.
お前の謎はさ
Your riddles
ひねりすぎなんだよ
are too twisted.
どうしてもっと
Why couldn't
簡単に
you say it
言えねえんだよ
more simply?
バカ野郎
Idiot. 'His scream of pain filled the sad cathedral. Sad witch who wasn't able to communicate the truth to Badler. A sad man who wasn't able to understand the witch's truth. Badler's howl of anger and sadness rang out for that pair. The clock hung in the cathedral showed. Let me try that again. The clock hung in the cathedral showed that it was midnight on October 5th, 1986. Time was up. For everything. You're kidding me. Don't set something like a time limit on this difficult riddle you're so proud of.
いや
No.
わかるぜ
I understand.
それほどのわずかな奇跡の中に
Even though there was such a faint chance of that miracle happening.
お前は祈ったんだよ
You prayed for it to happen.
なお前も
You're
じいさまと同じだったんだ
just like grandfather. You prayed for and bet on the power of a miracle. One so unlikely that it was totally impossible. Less likely than finding a bead you've dropped on a sandy beach. And that means I've now truly arrived at that miracle. However, your time didn't last long enough. If I had reached this point even a little sooner, if I could have seen the truth, even if it had been right before time was up, I might have been able to save you. But right now, I've been run through pathetically. I can't even hold what remains of you. As I attempted to pull the longsword out, I tried stretching out my arms and kicking my feet, struggling to at least touch her remains, but nothing worked.
くそー
Shit.
くそー
Damn it! Ooh. At that time, I noticed a golden glint on the palm of my hand. It was a single wing from a gold butterfly. That small fragment of gold was the only piece of Beato that I was permitted to touch. I cried with all my strength, gripped that fragment, and pressed it against my head, apologizing. I caught that sneeze. Why couldn't I reach the truth earlier? Then I pressed it to my chest, promising that even now, I would never again lose. The truth? Wait. That was weird. When I pressed my hand against my chest, the sword piercing my chest cut my wrist, and blood dribbled out. That blood spread throughout my fist, and it must have soaked that gold fragment with my red blood. Soak that gold fragment. Well, the good thing is that gold and red is a cool color combo. Top 3 favorite Austin colors: gold, black, red. Not in that order. It must have been the only way of telling her that I'd found the truth she wanted me to know about. I clutched the wing of the gold butterfly with my freshly bleeding hand and pressed it against the red sword that pierced me. At this point, the Ishurmiya battler knows, and he understands. He's found this tale's everything. At that time, it seemed as though a faint golden light leaked out of the gaps in his clenched fist. The 2 witches had their backs turned, and Erica was laughing at Battler's corpse.
本当に無様ですね、バトラさん。
That really is pathetic, Battler-san.
あなたの愚かさを石像にして永遠に。
I'll make your foolishness into a statue, and for all eternity.
え?
Huh? Oh, here we go. At that time, Battler's chest? No. The red longsword that pierced Battler began to sparkle gold from deep within his chest. I need him to get, like, either a really dope, like, golden set of armor, or, like, a golden weapon of some sort. Manifested from the gold butterfly wing. Began to sparkle gold from deep within his chest. That bright golden light began to change the red sword's color, turning it gold. Did I call it right there? It's kind of obvious if this does happen that I called it just now. What's going on? Battler is...
これは
What?
何?
Is this... Go. Battler coughed up blood and groaned. His consciousness came back. His will to live, his will to fight, came back. Ah, the red longsword that pierced Battler could no longer be described as such. By now it had become a golden longsword. Then, slowly, gradually, pulled itself out of Battler's chest. It finally pulled itself free and started dancing through the air, then stood up in front of Battler's eyes as though it knew who its master was. Battler, crawling on the floor and moaning, grabbed the golden longsword, and though it looked painful, he slowly rose to his feet once again. Nice.
手の込んだ演出ね。
This sure is an elaborate act.
これラムダの隠し玉?
Is this one of your tricks, Lambda?
その輝きって
That glow!
まさか
It couldn't be. Lambda stared wide-eyed at that bright golden glow in awe. When she noticed that Battler's resurrection wasn't part of a script Lambda had thought up, Byrne also frowned slightly.
悪いわね。最新は却下よ。
Sorry, retrials will not be permitted.
シエスタ姉妹、その復活幻想を削除しなさい。
Siesta sisters, eliminate this resurrection illusion.
了解であります。
Understood.
45、410、発砲許可。
45, 410, firing permission granted.
照準不能
It's unable to target.
IFF エラーコード999
IFF error, code 999.
ヒュ
Uh,
39だバカな
999, you say? Impossible. The Chester sisters hesitated, unable to carry out Bern Costello's orders.
ラムダこれはどういう茶番よ
Lambda, what kind of farce is this?
完全に魔女幻想は打ち破られて法廷は私の勝利に終わったはずよ
The illusion of the witch has been completely destroyed, and the trial ended with our victory.
悪いわねベル
Sorry, Bern.
もう少し付き合ってもらうわ
You'll have to stick around a bit longer.
そうでしょ後ろ宮バトラ
Isn't that right, Ishiromiya Battler?
あ
Yeah.
あ待たせたらエリカ
Sorry to keep you waiting, Erica.
ベルカステ
Bern Castell.
今度は俺の真実の番だぜ
Now it's time for my truth.
再審請求を受理するわ
Request for a retrial accepted.
魔女集会の幻想法廷の閉廷は撤回される
The Assembly of Witches retracts the adjournment of the Court of Illusions.
異議提出
Objection.
すでに裁判は決審し判決は公示されている
The trial has already been concluded and the results have even been announced.
異議却下
Objection overruled.
いかなる判決も新たな真実の前にはかすむ
All verdicts are overshadowed by new truths.
異議提出
Objection!
バトラはプレイヤーを追放されただけでなく魔女の地位を持たない
Not only has Battler been banished as a player, he also doesn't hold the rank of witch.
上告する資格を持たない
He isn't qualified to call for an appeal.
異議却下
Objection overruled.
もうねあるのよ彼には
He already does have that.
絶対の魔女ラムダデルタの名において認めるわ
By the name of Lambda Delta, which is certainty, I acknowledge it.
後ろ宮バトラ
Show me a battler.
あなたを新たな黄金の魔女
I acknowledge you as the new Golden Witch. Oh, here we go. Battler, the Golden Witch now.
いえ無限の魔女
Nice.
後ろ宮バトラと認めるわ
No. As the new Endless Sorcerer, Ishiromiya Battler.
No.
What?
なんですって
What did you say? But
バトラが
Battler got... Is she upset because she was given this title for like 2 seconds? Was she given the... What was, I'm pretty sure that was the title she was given. I don't remember exactly. She's either upset that he just got in general or that she was like temporarily given it to, and then just yoinked away from her. Oh, she was Witch of Truth. Yeah, good point. Okay. I'm just making shit up. She's just pissed. She's just pissed this is just happening. Alright, what did you say? Better got
魔女の位を
the rank of a witch? The rank of a witch, which she had desired for so long, had been granted to Battler so quickly. And on top of that, this wasn't anything temporary. This was an official, proper authorization by Lambda Delta. Erica couldn't accept it, and her face turned bright red. Hmm.
最後の最後まで楽しませてくれるわあの子のゲームは
Looks like that kid's game really will keep us entertained until the very end.
いいわ付き合ってあげる
Sure, I'll play along.
エリカ受けて立ちなさい
Erica, you handle this.
あなたが私と築き上げた赤き真実は完璧よ
The right truth you've created with me is perfect.
夏日が犯人であるとする真実の構築は完璧だわ
The construction of truth that makes Natsui the culprit is perfect.
絶対にバトラには崩せない
Battler certainly won't be able to break it.
無論です若主
Of course, my master.
何の心配もありません
There's no need to worry at all.
それよりシエスタ姉妹、我が主は射殺を命じていますよ。
Anyway, Chester sisters, my master ordered you to fire, right?
いつになったら命令は実行されるんですか？
How long is it going to take you to carry that order out? Erica, but you're not paying attention? They can't. They're not. They can't. They just...
エラーコード39。
Error code 999.
領主照準には解除コードが必要です。
An access code is required to target the territory lord. Wait, territory lord? Territory lord. Yeah.
だからあいつはやると言ったに。
I told you he'd do it. Yeah.
領主？誰が？
Territory lord? Who is?
このかけらの支配者は誰？
Who controls this fragment?
私です。
I do.
領主、
Territory lord.
まさか
You don't mean
バトラが。
Battler is...
はい、
Yes.
後ろ宮バトラはこのかけらの正当な領主と認定されているであります。
Yashiromiya Battler has been authorized as the official territory lord of this fragment.
そうよ。
Yes, that's right.
まだわからないの？
So, you still don't understand?
あの黄金の輝きの意味が。
You don't know what that gold sparkle signifies?
バトラはね、至ったのよ。
He's reached it. Battler has.
すべての真実の最新王にね。
He's made his way to the innermost depths of all truths. God, he's so good.
だからバトラは今やこの世界の物語のゲームのすべてを理解している。
That means Battler's understood everything about this world, this tale, this game.
それはつまりゲームの支配者の地位を得たということよ。
In other words, he's reached the position of the games master.
それを信じたくないでしょ、ベル。
Giggle. I'll bet you don't want to believe it, right, Bern?
Eh, 信じたくもない。
Yeah, I don't want to believe it.
いいわ。バトラが本当に全てを理解したのか試してあげるわ。
Okay, I'll test Battler to see whether he really understands everything.
エリカ、
Erica!
残念ね、エリカ。
Too bad, Erica.
せっかくこのかけらの領主に任命されたところだけれど、それを剥奪するわ。
Just when you were finally appointed as a territory lord of this fragment, you've been deprived of that title.
このかけらの新しい領主は後ろ宮バトラよ。
The new territory lord of this fragment is Yashiromiya Battler.
悔しい。ねえねえ、悔しい。
Is it awful? Hey, don't you just feel awful?
せっかく領主になれたのに、いきなり剥奪ってどんな気持ち？どんな気持ち？
How's it feel to be deprived of that title just when you'd finally gotten it? How's it feel? I think she says she likes it. バトラー!
私の推理を否定できるものならしてみればいいでしょ。
If you think you can disprove my theory, just try it!
そんなことふかふかふかふかふかふかふかふかふかふか。
Oh, that was good. It's impossible. Just quickly scroll through that.
私の構築した推理に隙はありません。
The theory I've created has no holes.
夏日が犯人であることは否定不能。
It's impossible to deny that Natsui is the culprit.
俺は夏日おばさん以外が犯人である推理を構築できる。
I can construct a theory with someone other than Aunt Natsui as the culprit.
確かにお前の真実は否定不能かもしれない。
It may be that your truth is impossible to disprove.
ならば同時にお前の真実は俺の新しい真実も否定できない。
If so, It means your truth won't be able to deny my truth either. Battler spoke with the red truth allowed him by his status as a sorcerer.
夏日以外が犯人で
Just this game, switching to the term sorcerer. He's a sorcerer. A culprit other than Natsui?
どうやって
Huh. How's that?
ドラノール
Delanor?
バトラさんの妄言に付き合ってあげてください
Let's see where this delusion of Battler-sans takes us. Slowly, Delanor stepped forwards. In her hand was the red longsword of the Decalogue. She also had a blue short sword. In Battler's hand was a golden longsword. The two rivals once again. No, for the first time. They truly confronted each other.
バトラー待っていました
Battler, I've been waiting.
待たせたな
Sorry to keep you.
いいえ
You did not.
あなたの帰りは私の予想より早かったです
Your return was sooner than I anticipated.
殺しなさい
Kill him.
ドラノール A ノックス
Delanor A. Knox! Delanor's form disappeared in an instant, as though her slow, dignified movements from before were only a lie. Oh, she took the training weights off. The curve drawn by the longsword of Red Truth burned itself into the retinas of those who saw it. Before anyone had enough time to follow that curve, it was already approaching Battler's chest.
エリカ教の推理により第5のゲームは解決しました
Lady Erica's reasoning has solved the fifth game.
この推理による真実を覆す新事実は存在しません
No new facts exist that overturn the truth created by this reasoning.
他の解釈で異なる真実の提示が可能だ
It's possible to show a different truth by using a different interpretation.
異なる真実の並列により両者の真贋を問う
When multiple truths exist in parallel, the authenticity of both is questioned. In this closed-off world, it's possible for differing truths to exist at the same time. Furthermore, as long as multiple truths exist, it's possible to claim that any of the truths are the single truth. In other words, even if I can't overturn Erica's reasoning, by questioning its credibility and conquering it, I can defeat it.
ベルンの推理は完璧よ簡単には覆せない
Burns' reasoning is perfect. You won't be able to overturn it easily.
でもね
But still,
ベルンの推理と互角の推理を提示できたなら戦いは氷結となる
if you can present a theory on par with Burns, the fight will come down to a verdict.
すなわちいずれかの真実は打ち破られて否定されることがあり得る
That means either one of the truths might be defeated and denied.
笑わせる脚本だわ
What a laughable script.
悪魔の脚本はやはりこうでなくっちゃ
I'd expect nothing less from a demon script.
では問いましょう
Then let me ask,
夏日以外の誰が犯人という仮説ですか
what is this theory with someone other than Natsui as the culprit? Battler's golden longsword drew both red and blue curves at will.
夏日おばさんの告白した19年前の赤ん坊による復讐で構築可能だ
It's possible to construct it using a revenge of the baby. Revenge of the baby. That's a good term. From 19 years ago, the one from Aunt Natsui's confession.
ノックス第1条
Noxus first.
犯人は物語当初の登場人物以外を禁ず
It is forbidden for the culprit to be anyone not mentioned in the early part of the story.
第5のゲームより登場した人物に犯人は名乗れません
A person first introduced in the fifth game cannot be named as the culprit. A person first introduced. Is he gonna say the night that baby was mentioned in the first part? This goes back to my original theory of like my off the wall one where I was like, oh, Battler is that baby. That would not solve everything because there's I'm sure many things I'm overlooking and not thinking about at the moment. But if he was like Or if she's like, hey, someone who's not mentioned in the first episode can't be, or someone not mentioned in the first episode could be the culprit. You know what I'm trying to say. Now, then he was like, hey, just not in name. We just didn't know at the time that he was the baby, right? Something weird like that. My sick adult brain can't put it all together in words clearly. I'm trying my bestest.
その19年前の赤ん坊は 最初から俺たちの中にいるとしたら
What if the baby from 19 years ago was among us since the very beginning?
例えばそれが俺だとしたら
For example, what if it was me? I'm the baby.
ノックス第8条
Noxus 8
提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず
is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented.
あなたが19年前の赤ん坊であることを示す伏線はあったのですか
Was there ever any foreshadowing showing that you might be the baby from 19 years ago?
第4のゲームにおける俺が母親アスムの息子でないとする赤き真実
Oh yeah, this little weird tidbit. That was... the red truth from the 4th game that I'm not the son of my mother Asuma.
第1のゲーム
Asumu.
および今回のゲームにおける
Awesome.
親父の隠し事の気配
The feeling that Dad was hiding something in both the first game and this game.
特に今回のゲームでも俺の生まれに何か事情があることをはっきり明示している
In particular, in this game, it was made clear that there were some special circumstances having to do with my birth. Battler proposed that he might be the baby from 19 years ago, and announced that he'd reconstruct the crime with himself as the culprit. As Delanor cautiously held her sword at the ready, she gauged the distance between them. Now that Battler had inherited the position of this world's territory lord, attained the rank of endless sorcerer, his movements surpassed human understanding. By now, the physical distance between them probably counted for nothing. After all, their extremely agile battle was surpassing the point where the concept of distance made any difference. A good start.
バトラー犯人説お聞かせ願いましょう
Let us hear your theory with Battler as the culprit.
ああ聞かせてやる
Yeah, I'll let you hear it.
それでも説明がつくこと
I'll prove that this explanation also works.
夏日おばさんが犯人だと決めつけることはできないこ
And that you can't be
と
certain
俺が証明してやる
and that you can't be certain Aunt Natsui is the culprit. Ah. Now, before we read what Erica just said right here, I should stress that me freaking out about, like, him being the baby from 19 years ago or whatever isn't the definitive truth, right? This is, as it was described, he just needs to make a possible truth so that the truth that was already established by the witches here is called into question. The legitimacy of their truth doesn't just stand alone, right? So it can't just stand there unchallenged, right? So we could freak out about this and be like, oh my god, Battler, the baby from whatever ago? But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the hard truth, right? That just means, I assume, unless I'm thinking about it too much, I assume that there's a possibility that it just needs to be able to stand alongside the other one. It just needs to sit there alongside it so that then the two of them, there's not an unchallenged truth reigning supreme, right? My brain is trying very hard. Erica says, Good.
あなたが犯人というならいくつもの矛盾が生じます
If you're supposed to be the culprit, that creates several contradictions.
その矛盾があなたのか弱い真実を刈り取る
Oh, I like this music. We're increasing the BPM. I'll use those contradictions to reap your feeble truth.
この私探偵にして真実の魔女フルドエリカが
I, Furuto Erica, the detective and the witch of truth, will... This time Erica stepped forward. Whoa. Ah, she's got a scythe, dude. Bruh. This reminds me of like Organization 13 in the Kingdom Hearts universe, where everyone has to have like their own like cool little weapon thing. In her hand, there appeared a scythe like one a Grim Reaper might hold. Also, I don't care. Being like this little dainty looking lady girl with like flowers in your hair and like this Victorian-esque dress and then carrying like a demon ghost scythe thing. This goes so fucking hard. I love this shit. In her hand there appeared a scythe with like one a Grim Reaper might hold. Erica's in the fighting game. Oh, does she wield this weapon? That's pretty dope. A ruthless scythe for reaping everything that threatened her theory. Whoa, 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 hey, hey, hey.
犯行時刻は24時からの1時間しかありえない
It's only possible for the crime to have taken place between midnight and 1 o'clock.
あなたはその1時間の間屋敷の食堂にいます
During that 1 hour, you were in the dining hall of the mansion.
よって犯行は不可能です
Therefore, it was impossible for you to commit the crime. Oh.
死亡時刻が24時からの1時間の間と特定はされていない。
It has not been specified that the time of death was between midnight and 1 o'clock.
よって犯行は24時から午前1時までの間でなくとも可能だ。
Therefore, it's possible that the crime didn't occur between midnight and 1. There's a restriction on any murders in the cousin room.
午前1時から事件発覚までいとこ部屋での犯行は不可能です
From 1 a.m. until the discovery of the crime, it was impossible for any criminal action to occur in the cousin room.
ドラノール今です
Delano, now!
ノックス第8条
Nox's 8th.
提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず
It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented.
いとこ部屋で実際に犯行が行われたなら手がかりが提示されなくてはなりません
If the crime actually was carried out in the cousin room, clues must have been shown.
それが朝まで室内の異常を監視していた探偵であるエリカ卿に与えられなかった以上犯行は不可能です
Because clues were not given to the detective, Lady Erica, who was on the watch for any abnormalities inside that room until morning, such a crime is impossible.
事件発覚とは俺が悲鳴を上げて全員が集まった段階のことだ
By the time of the crime's discovery, you mean that point at which I let out a scream and everyone gathered there.
そこまでに殺すことが不可能であってそれ以降に殺すことが可能だ
Even if it was impossible to kill them before that point, it was possible to kill them afterwards. Battler used a blue flash to deflect both of the red truths that Eric and Delenard flung at him. Erica's eyes went wide. After all, what he had said was completely absurd. At that time, they still hadn't been killed? Question mark? Exclamation point? Even though corpses with their necks sliced open were laying right there?
いとこ部屋の4人の死亡は赤き真実で宣告されている
The death of the 4 in the cousin room has been proclaimed with the red text.
魔女伝送のつもり
Are you trying to use the illusion of the witch?
あの時点で死んでいたジョージたちを魔法概念で蘇らせたつもり
Are you trying to resurrect George and the others using the concept of magic, even though they were dead at the time?
なるほどあの時点で死んでたと信じるお前にとっちゃ
I
ま
see.
るで
I see. since you believe that they were dead by that point.
死者が蘇らされるみたいに見えるだろう
Probably looks as though the dead have been brought back to life to you.
な。ならこれはお前にとって魔法になるだろうぜ。
So this might look like magic in your eyes.
ならばお前に一矢報いるのは俺じゃない。
In that case, I won't be the one to take the next shot at you.
おざて
Fool.
何度でも繰り返します。
How often do I have to say it?
いとこ部屋の4人の死亡は赤き真実で宣告されている。
The deaths of the 4 people in the cousin room have been proclaimed with the red truth.
そしてその遺体は大勢が確認しています。
Furthermore, those corpses were witnessed by a large number of people.
そして全ての死体は天使を誤らないとすでに赤き真実で宣言済みです。
Furthermore, it's already been proclaimed in red that no examination of any corpses would lead to a mistaken result.
これでも食らいやがれ、死者どもめ。
Take that, dead people. What?
その赤き真実が何時の時点でのもの
From nowhere comes Renove. Oh my god. Alright, when was that red truth made?
お忘れですか、お嬢さん。
Have you forgotten, miss? The fierce shower of red was blocked by a magical barrier set up by Renove, who suddenly appeared right in front of Battler. Now that Beata was gone, the demons shouldn't have been able to manifest themselves in the real world. However, he existed here, and calmly dealt with Erica's attack.
貴様、ロノウェ
You... Renove?
どうやってここに？
How did you get here?
まあいいです。好都合です。探す手間が省けました。
Well, who cares? This all works out nicely. Now there's no need to go looking for you.
この場で捕らえて、あんたも存在否定してあげます。
I'll capture you here and deny your existence too.
譲るぜ。
I'll leave it to you.
一つの傲慢なる真実で全てを支配などできないことを教えてやれ。
Teach her, but you can't control everything with a single arrogant truth.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Majesty.
では少しお相手しましょ
Well then, allow me to be your opponent for a bit.
う。どうぞ、お嬢さん。
What do you say, miss?
なら、あの赤き真実の死亡宣告は何時の時点でのものだというのですか？
In that case, when do you claim the Red Truth Death Proclamation happened?
それがあんたには特定できるって言うんですか？
Are you saying that you can pinpoint that?
特定できない以上、事件発覚の時点での死亡宣告であることを否定はできません。
You can't pinpoint it, so you can't deny that the death proclamation was made at the time of the crime's discovery.
この法廷が改定したとき、ラムダデルタ教は宣言しておりますよ。
When this court was opened, Lady Lambda Delta made a proclamation.
24時を迎えての答え合わせと。
She said this was a midnight answer session, 2400 o'clock. O'clock. 24000 o'clock.
死亡宣告は2日目24時、すなわちゲーム終了時点のものです。
The death proclamation was made at midnight on the second day. In other words, at the end of the game.
そしてそれは事件発覚後と呼ばれる2日目朝以降の殺人を否定するものではありません。
That does not deny the possibility that the murder occurred after the morning of the second day, after the so-called discovery of the crime.
では、あの時点で犠牲者は生きていたと。
Then, you're saying that the victims were alive at the time?
首がばっくりと裂かれているのに。
Even though their necks were sliced open?
それを探偵殿はご覧になられましたか？
Did you see that yourself, Miss Detective?
確かに全ての死体は誰であっても検視を誤ることはないとなっておりますが。
True. Our current understanding is that no corpse will lead to a mistaken examination, no matter who performs it.
死体でないものを死体と言っていけないとは 言われておりませんもので。
But no rule named so far has prevented something other than a corpse from being called a corpse. Erica swung her scythe recklessly, but Renobe blocked everything with elegant gesture made with the shield on one of his hands. Gestures.
じゃああの時点では誰も死んでない？
So, at that point in time, no one was dead?
まさか首に傷さえない？
There weren't even wounds on their necks?
だってじゃあどうしてバトラは悲鳴を上げたんです？
In that case, why did Battler scream?
足元がお留守だわ。
Oh shit. Oh, we got Gap. Oh my god, all of them are coming back. Here we go. Better watch your feet, little girl.
すべてのゲーム開始時、後ろ宮金蔵は死んでいる。
Ishimiya Kinzo is already dead at the starting time for all games. Huh? A pitch black hole opened beneath Erica's feet and swallowed her up. She could probably see through to the other side of the hole. It was the same thing you'd see if you looked down, out of the skylight on the ceiling of this cathedral.
リア。
Leah.
ええ。
Ah. Yes. Is this the first time seeing her with like a wand? Is it? Or has her spray always had this and I've just never noticed it until now? Virgilia could already be seen in midair inside the cathedral. Oh. As Erica fell from the heavens, Virgilia was right below her and caught her on the end of a divine spear that sparkled blue. See it at third episode? Interesting. Well, it's the first time I picked up on it, unfortunately. Shouldn't you rethink your reasoning?
金蔵は存在しません。
Kinzo doesn't exist.
よってあなたの推理の遺体消失が破綻します。
Therefore, the way for the bodies to disappear in your theory is a failure.
道理です。
Correct.
金蔵以外の人物が遺体を消失させねば破綻します。
Unless someone other than Kinzo makes the corpses disappear, your theory fails. Damn it, this is nothing. Virgilia's blue divine spear skewered and pinned Erica midair. Erica struggled, filled with hatred, but she couldn't get it out easily. Then, all around her, several small, fast things clanged off the walls and enveloped her. Then, 7 people manifested themselves at once. We are the 7 sisters of Purgatory. Know this, foe of our master. You lowly paperweights. After George's death, his corpse has never moved. After Jessica's death, her corpse has never moved. I kind of like this. After Maria's death, her corpse has never moved. After Rose's death, her corpse has never moved. After Genji's death, his corpse has never moved. After Krause's death, his corpse has never moved. Therefore, corpses couldn't have vanished after being discovered. Your theory about Kinzo carrying the corpses away fails. But so what?
心臓以外でだって死体の消失は説明でき
Even without Kinzo, I can explain how the corpse is
私がこの私が推理の修正を
I, Fruto Erica, have to revise my theory?
この私が探偵が
I do? The detective does? She's handling it well. Erica was probably capable of escaping this even with Kinzo's existence denied, by making only a small revision to her theory. However, to her, having to revise the theory she had already created was extremely humiliating.
夏日を追い詰めるためだけに策を浪しすぎた。
Looks like you toyed around with your plan too much in order to corner Natsui like that.
推理を遊びすぎました。
You played around too much with your reasoning.
金蔵の死を赤き真実で語れるのは今やあなたの主だけではありません。
At this point, your master isn't the only one who can speak of Kinzo's death with the red truth.
これが魔女の闇を遊んだ報いです。
This is what you get for playing around in the witch's darkness.
それを知りなさい、フルドエリカ。
Know that, Furuto Erica. Of course, even Erica had doubted Kinzo's existence from the beginning. However, it had previously been impossible for anyone to deny his existence in that trial. Except for Bern Castell and and Lambda Delta, adding words, who had sided with each other. And because of the willful silence of those two, the truth about Kinzo had truly been unfixed. And yet, to think that Battler had become a witch, a sorcerer, and capable of using red without proof. However, she had her own Inquisitor of Heresy, who could also use red without proof to counter. Delanor!
ノックス第2条
Noxus second.
探偵方法に超自然能力の使用を禁ず
It is forbidden for supernatural agencies to be employed as a detective technique.
金蔵の死を赤き真実で示すならばそれを構築する人間の真実証拠の提示を求めます
If you would show that Kinzo has died with the red truth, then I demand that you display proof of a human's truth that can be used to make that point.
許せクソじじ
Forgive me, damn geezer.
超えゆけバトラ
Overcome it, Battler!
我がしかもあんね
Don't let my corpse stop you.
証拠提示
Presentation of evidence.
後宮金蔵と識別可能な遺体を提示する
I'll present a corpse that could possibly be identified as Ishiromiya Kinzo's.
その遺体が後宮金蔵であると証明することができますか
Can you prove that this corpse is Ishiromiya Kinzo's? It's gonna be the damn 6 toes, isn't it? It's gonna be the fucking 6 toes. I swear to God. I swear to God.
どれほど金蔵に酷似した遺体であろうとも当人であることを証明できない限り
No matter how much it resembles him, unless you can prove that it's him,
第三者の身代わり死体であるとの主張が可能です
it is possible to claim that it was a substitute corpse from someone else.
それが金蔵の遺体であることを人間の真実で示せますか
Can you show that it was Kinzo's corpse with the truth of humans?
本件のみ赤き真実のみでの反論を無効とします
In this case alone, and with the red truth specifically, no counter-argument will be valid. Ah. She's dual-wielding. Oh.
赤き真実での反論を無効
Any counter with the red truth will be invalid?
そんな思考もあるのね
I guess that works.
確かに第三者の死体が存在しないことはすでに赤で語られている。
It may be true that the existence of third-party corpses has already been denied with the red.
しかしそれを赤で語ることを禁じられたら
However, if saying that with the red is forbidden,
バトラのやつお手上げじゃない
giggle. Battler has nowhere to run to. Ah,
そうだな。
that's right.
この閉ざされた六軒島ではこの死体がじい様のものだと示せる客観的な方法はない。
In this closed-off Rokenjima, there's no objective way to show that this corpse is grandfather's.
それこそはこの遺体が替え玉死体である可能性の示唆です。
And that itself suggests the possibility that this corpse is a body double.
この身元不明遺体が金蔵の死を証明するものにはなり得ません。
This unidentifiable corpse cannot serve as proof of Kinzo's death.
チェックメイ
Checkmate.
ト我が推理は揺るぎません
My theory does not waver. Guess that's not the six toes. Maybe I was just too hopeful. Delanor had sealed off the red truth as a means of proving that Kinzo's corpse had been shown, even with the power of which his battler couldn't argue back.
赤き真実を封じられてどうやってその死体を金蔵だと証明するの
How are you going to prove that the corpse of Kinzo was Kinzo's if the red truth is sealed?
無理よ
It's impossible.
不可能だわ
It can't be done.
赤と青ならね。
With red or blue, right?
この死体が
Oh,
後宮金蔵の死体であると保証する。
no fucking way. We have gold text now. I can't. Ah. It's so stupid, but it makes so much sense. And it's so good. I guarantee that this corpse is Ishinomiya Kinzo's corpse. All right, so red. So there's the red truth, and then there's like the blue. I forget. Is it blue truth? But blue text. It means like, oh, I'm challenging. I'm gonna make you make a statement to like counter it, kind of thing. It's like an offensive weapon. The red truth is almost more defensive. What's gold text? Gold text. I guarantee that this corpse is Ishinomiya Kinzo's corpse. Six toes is not unique. I mean, sure. Multiple people can have six toes. I guess that's a true and factual statement. Again, I just wanted it to be the six toes thing. I think I was just hoping deep down that came back for whatever dumb reason. Then, when Delanor met with Battler's golden flash, she was unable to fully block it with either her red longsword or her blue short sword, and she was blown backwards into empty space. It was a direct hit without any miscalculation. Though she had always seemed as firm as a small giant before now, she was finally blasted away and slammed against the wall as though she was the slender girl she appeared to be.
ドラノールあんた何やって
Delanor, what are you?
見事な黄金の真実
A splendid gold truth.
有効です。
It is valid.
黄金の真実
Gold truth? The golden longsword, which had been drawing red and blue trails before now, finally drew a curve that retained its divine golden color. The truth it showed was neither red nor blue. It was gold truth.
何それ
What is that?
ラムダこんなのはルールにあるの
Lambda, does this follow the rules?
ええ
Yes.
黄金の真実有効よ
Gold truth. Valid.
黄金の真実は
The gold truth
この世界の領主
can only be used by the territory lord of this world.
いえ、ゲームマスターにしか使えない。
No, only by the game master himself.
なんですって。
What did you say?
黄金の真実。
Gold truth.
赤き真実とは異なる方法によってつながれる神なる真実。
A divine truth woven in a different fashion than the red truth.
その力は赤き真実と同等です。
Its strength is on par with the red truth.
時に劣るでしょ
It may sometimes be inferior.
う。しかし時に勝る。
But it is sometimes superior.
その輝きこそがバトラ君が本当にベアトを理解した証。
That glitter is proof that Battler-kun truly understands Beato.
示したぜ。
I've shown it.
この死体がじい様であることを。
Shown that the corpse is grandfather's.
はい、
Yes.
黄金の真実受理しました。
Gold truth accepted.
エリカ教の推理は修正に応じぬ限り破綻します。
Unless Lady Erica's theory undergoes some revision, it will be destroyed.
そんな。
What the? Erica cried out in pain. It wasn't the pain of her body being pierced. It was the pain of her own theory being defiled.
なるほど。
I see.
叙実トリックの寄せ集めかと思ったわ。
It's like, and then there were no Ackroyds.
これはいつの間にか。
Just when did this... What a crazy mashup of great works.
バトラー、それ以上語るは野暮に過ぎるわ。
Battler, it'd be excessively unrefined to say anymore.
あんたの遺体消失の真実、
Even without saying another word.
もはやこれ以上語らずとも完全に理解させてもらったわ。
You fully made your truth about the corpse's disappearance understood.
なるほどね。あんたの考えてるそれはこれまでの法廷のすべての赤に矛盾しない。
I see. That thing you're thinking of doesn't conflict with any of the red in this trial so far.
19年前の男の復讐を軸にしたあんたの真実、そのすべて理解し受理したわ。
Your truth based around the revenge of the man from 19 years ago had been completely understood and processed.
あんたの真実の成立を宣言する。
I proclaim that your truth has now been established.
そ
What?
そんな。
What the?
どうしてですか、ダイラムダデルタ卿。
Why is that, Great Lady Lambda Delta?
あいつはまだすべてを説明しきっていません。
He still hasn't explained everything.
秀吉の密室や夏日の自室の封印やクローゼットのボタンやまだまだ他にも反論の手段が用意してあります。
I still have many ways to argue back. Like Hideyoshi's closed room, the seal on Natsui's personal room, and the button in the closet.
あんた
Do you?
まだバトラーに反論できる気でいるの？
Really still think you're capable of defeating Battler's argument? Only Erica, the one who was supposedly so intelligent, couldn't understand. She couldn't understand that Battler had already reached the real truth.
以上により、じい様の不在は証明され、
Because of this, Grandfather's absence has been verified.
夏日おばさん、じい様をめぐる不名誉は返上される。
And the dishonorable relationship between Aunt Natsui and Grandfather has been removed from consideration. Aw, damn, he's restoring Natsui's honor.
夏日おばさん、純潔にして低粛だ。
Aunt Natsui is pure and faithful.
貴様ら好みの下劣な物語は許さない。
I won't permit this vulgar tale you're all so fond of. Aww, she's... But Battler-kun.
さらに、
Furthermore,
これまでの死者全員の死亡時間に疑義が生じる以上、 夏日おばさん以外全員のアリバイは白紙に戻る。
Because we've raised doubts about the time of death for all who have died so far, the alibis for everyone besides Aunt Natsui go back to square one.
もはや夏日おばさん以外に犯行が不可能であるとの論法は通用しない。
If you try to argue that the crime was impossible for everyone except Aunt Natsui, it won't work. Eleanor, who must have risen to her knees at some point, slowly stood up. The flash from the golden longsword was still buried deep into her chest. Though pain didn't show in her expression, her awkward movements clearly showed how serious the damage she had taken was. Even though she herself knew that the match was long over by now, Eleanor didn't abandon her duty.
されどあなたはいとこ部屋にて5人不可能な遺体を確認され
She
て
will
お
go
りま
down
す。
swinging. However, in the cousin room, you witnessed corpses that were impossible to misidentify.
それが虚偽であったとおっしゃるのですか？
Are you trying to say that that was a lie?
ノックス第7条。探偵が犯人であることを禁ず。
Nox's 7th. It is forbidden for the detective to be the culprit.
探偵は客観的視点も義務付けられています。
The detective is obligated to keep an objective point of view.
あなたの推理はこの義務に違反です。
Your theory would mean you violated this obligation.
探偵はフルドエリカだぜ。今回の俺は探偵じゃない。
Furuto Erica is the detective, and the me in this game isn't one.
そしてノックス第9条、観測者は自分の判断解釈を主張することが許される。
And by Nox's 9th, it is permitted for observers to let their own conclusions and explanations be heard.
ノックス第8条。提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず。
Nox's 8th. It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented.
これまでのあなたは探偵でした。
Until now, you have been the detective.
そのあなたが今回は探偵でなく、試験を交える観測者であったことは示されていたのですか？
Was it ever shown that you were not the detective this time? That you were an observer capable of inserting his own personal ideas?
それがない限り、あなたには主観を偽る権利はありません。
Unless it was, you do not have the right to falsify your point of view.
俺は今回のゲームで
In this game,
碑文の謎の仕掛けを解いた時、じい様を目撃している。
when I figured out the device connected to the epitaph's riddle, I witnessed grandfather.
すでに赤で示されている通り、じい様は存在しない。
As has already been shown in red, grandfather doesn't exist.
その目撃は不可能だ。
It was impossible for me to witness him.
よって俺の視点に客観性がないことはすでに示されている。
Therefore, it has already been shown that my viewpoint wasn't objective.
それは風雨になびくシートか何かをあなたが誤認しただけの可能性があります。
It is possible that it was just a sheet or something fluttering in the wind and rain, which you mistook for Kinzo.
ノックス第9条を示す伏線とはなり得ません。
It cannot be used as foreshadowing to form a basis for Nox's 9th.
誤認は全ての観測者に許された権利です。
Mistaking one thing for another is a right permitted to all observers.
第4のゲームにてベアトが示した赤き真実。
There's the red truth that Beato showed during the 4th game.
全ての人物は後宮金蔵を見間違わない。
No person would mistake Ishimiya Kinzo by sight. It's the red truth Beato used to counter my blue truth claim that someone disguised themselves as Kinzo, to make it seem as though grandfather had appeared. In other words, on this island, all illusions that might lead someone to mistake something for grandfather, including someone else pretending to be grandfather, most certainly cannot work. All of Aunt Natsui's schemes to make it seem grandfather existed were hidden in the relatives' blind spots. All of them clever tricks. All of them clever tricks, like he was just here a second ago, or he's in the study alone now. They never try to make anyone mistake something they saw for grandfather himself, so there are no contradictions. If they had tried to dress one of the servants in grandfather's robe, it probably would have been seen through in an instant. It has been guaranteed that none of the characters in this tale would mistake something for grandfather by sight. If someone claims to have seen grandfather despite that, it becomes a lie. Allowing lies to be contained within their observations is a right granted to everyone, except for just one person. And that person is the detective. The detective.
風雨になびくシートを見間違え、それを何であったと誤認して語るのもノックス第9条の権利だ。
Because of the right granted by Noxus IX, anyone is allowed to mistake a sheet in the wind for something else and tell about it.
しかし
However,
じい様だと誤認することだけは赤き真実において本ゲームでは許されていない。
mistaking it for grandfather in particular is not permitted in this game due to the red truth.
金像を見たと主張された時点で
So, once you claim to have seen Kinzo,
誤認識ではなく
it was no longer misrecognition,
意図的
but intentional.
すなわち観測の客観性が否定されていることの証
In other words, this proves that the observer was not objective.
というわけですか。
Is what you are saying? In this case, unintentional misrecognition is not permitted by the rules of this game. However, it is possible to intentionally lie about seeing something you never saw. And that is an action not permitted to a detective who is obligated to maintain an impartial perspective.
暴論を許せ。
Forgive my crazy argument.
これで決着だぜ。
It's all finished now.
いいえ、いいのです。
No, it's okay.
あなたのような男が世界にいてくれたなら
Because men like you exist in this world.
どのような傲慢からもか弱き真実を守ってくれたに違いない。
You will surely protect the fragile truth from any kind of pride.
もっともらしい一つの真実がか弱き真実たちを駆逐し唯一の真実であると語る横暴から
You will surely protect the real truth from the tyranny of any plausible truth.
本当の真実を守ってくれたに違いない。
That might claim to exist as the sole truth and try to exterminate all fragile truths. Balor's golden longsword drew a massive blue arc as though splitting the heavens.
あなたと戦えてよかったです。
I'm glad I could fight with you.
よって
Therefore,
今回のゲームにおける俺の観測は第7条でなく第9条に基づく。
my perspective in this game is based upon the 9th, not the 7th.
じい様を見たと主張したことがその証だ。
The fact that I claim to have seen grandfather is proof! The noise that rang out across the cathedral was the sound of Delanor's longsword clattering to the ground. There it goes. Simply letting go of that was the same as resigning to the proud Delanor. Though the blue trail Battler had drawn was aiming right for the top of Delanor's head, it stopped a hair's breadth away. If it hadn't, Delanor would probably have been annihilated without leaving a single scrap of flesh behind.
リザインです。
I resign.
あなたの真実の否定を断念します。
I give up on denying your truth.
借りは返した。
I've paid my debt.
お前の親父に敬意を。
Let honor be to your father.
実戒は傲慢でも批判でもなかった。
The Decalogue was neither arrogant nor judgmental.
父に敬意を。
Honor to my father. Delanor sat down on the floor and completely abandoned her will to fight.
何やってるんですか、ドラノール。
What are you doing, Delanor?
情けない、みっともない。
Lame, pathetic.
間抜けな薄野の殺人人形。
You stupid half-wit murder doll.
あんたは自分の父の名誉に泥を塗ったわ、恥知らず。
You've tainted the honor of your own father. Shame on you.
それでもミステリーの鎖。
Still call yourself Mystery's wedges?
魔法に屈するの？
Will you surrender to magic?
そんなのミステリーの歴史が許さない。
The history of the mystery genre won't allow that.
お前こそ
You're the one
何もミステリーを分かってないな。
that doesn't understand what mystery is all about.
ミステリーが相手を知的に見下すための凶器にしか見えてないなら
If you see mystery as nothing more than a weapon with which to sneer at your opponent intellectually,
お前に俺は二度とそれを語らせない。
I won't ever let you say so again. I won't let you ever say so again. But battler.
お前に相反する真実を宣言する。
I'll present a truth that conflicts with yours.
夏代おばさんは19年前の男、すなわち俺によって内線電話で脅迫されていたんだ。
Aunt Natsui was threatened by a phone call over the internal line, sent by the man from 19 years ago, me.
その目的は夏代おばさんを殺人犯に仕立て上げること。
His goal was to make Aunt Natsui look like a murderer.
これは初めから夏代おばさんに濡れ衣を着せるための復讐劇だ。
From the beginning, this has all been a drama of revenge intent on framing Aunt Natsui.
違います夏日が仕組んだ後宮家への復讐劇です。
That's wrong. It's a drama of revenge against the Ishimiya family that Natsui thought up.
あなたの推理は私と真っ向から相反します。
Your theory outright opposes mine.
お前のその青い槍まだ抜けないのか。
You still can't pull out the blue spear that's sticking through you, right?
そうね。
Yeah, that's right.
エリカからはまだ金蔵以外の理由での遺体消失を聞いていないわ。
From America, I haven't heard of a single way for the corpses to disappear that doesn't involve Kinzo.
あんたの推理は現在否定中だけれど。
Looks like your theory is about to be denied, doesn't it?
こんな槍など。
The spear is just... I feel like these tea parties and the question mark section, they used to be so much simpler. They used to be not like super long, like multi-layered moments. Well, yeah, episode 4. I mean prior to episode 4. I said used to as meaning like at the beginning of the game, which obviously makes sense because it's a much more simpler time. You paperweights! Get out of my way! The deeply piercing blue spear and the 7 red stakes tormented her theory. They won't come out. They won't come out.
修正とエリカの推理の誤りを認めるわ。
I acknowledge the mistake in Erica's reasoning and the need for revision.
そんな我が主。
Aw, damn. Her own double that she has kissed up to. Saying she has to go back to the drawing boards. Oh, what the... my master! Watching Erica's face contort with pain as she struggled to escape from the spear, Bernkastel spoke this with a disgusted expression. Faced with the facts, Bernkastel had acknowledged Erica's loss herself. Erica gazed at her master, who was no longer confident in Erica's own victory, with a mixture of shock and despair.
あんたのプライドなんて知ったことじゃないわ。
I don't give a damn about your pride.
いつまでその無様な姿を晒す気なの？
How long do you intend to shame yourself like that?
私と同じ青い髪を許された分身がいつまでそこで貼り付けになっているつもり？
You, my double who's been granted the same blue hair as me. How long do you intend to hang there pierced through like that?
私自らがやはり降臨しなきゃダメなのかしら？
I guess I'll just have to descend myself.
やはり駒なんていらないわ。
Looks like I didn't need a piece after all.
ああ、めんどくさい、めんどくさい、七めんどくさい。
Ah, what a pain, what a pain, what a total pain.
駒なんていらないわ。捨ててしまおう。ああ、残念、無念、失望、絶望、期待外れの的外れ。
I don't need a piece. I'll just throw it away. Yeah, that's disappointing. Regretful. Discouraging. Hopeless letdown of a misfire.
早くしなさいよ、クズが。
Is she just gonna discard Erica? Do it quickly, Phil.
お前のそのみっともない推理を修正しろって言ってんでしょ。
Didn't I tell you to revise that pathetic theory of yours?
はい、我が主。
Yes, my master.
修正いたします。我が推理を修正いたします。
I'll revise it. I'll revise my theory. As Erika's face twisted in humiliation and tears streamed from her eyes, she withdrew and revised her own theory in accordance with her master's orders. Mumbling quietly, she made various revisions with the blue truth, had them acknowledged by Lambda Delta, and finally had the blue spear smashed and was freed. Though that blue truth did indeed explain how the corpses had disappeared, it couldn't conceal its desperation and was a bit of a truly shabby reasoning.
我が主
My master,
抜けました。
I've taken it out.
我が推理は
My theory
完璧です。
is perfect.
どこが
Are you kidding me?
無様この上ないわ。
It's horribly pathetic.
でも許してあげる。
But I'll forgive you.
あんたのその顔と推理がとっても情けなくて笑えるから。
Because your face and your theory are so lame, it's funny. Erika was taunted by her master, who wore an ugly expression. She thrashed about on the floor, crying bitter tears. What are you gonna do? Cry about it, Erika? Guess the answer is yes. The wounded Delanor stepped out before her, as though shielding her, and she spoke to Burn Castell, as well as Battler.
どれほどみすぼらしかろうと
Regardless of how pathetic it might be,
修正されたエリカ教の真実は有効です。
Lady Erika's revised truth is valid.
ああそうだ。
Yeah, that's right.
俺の真実に関係なくお前の真実も同時に存在する。
Regardless of my truth, yours can exist at the same time.
それがこの世界だ。
That's what this world is like.
誰にも否定できないからいくつでもどんなに相互が矛盾してもそれらの真実は同時に存在できる。
No one can disprove them, so even if there are various truths and even if they contradict each other wildly, they can exist at the same time.
ここでは想像の数だけ真実があっていいんだ。
Here, as many truths exist as you can imagine.
それを誰も一方的に否定してはならない。
No one can just deny that all on their own.
はい、そうです。
Yes, that is true.
エリカ教の真実は私が誰にも否定させません。
I won't let anyone deny Lady Erika's truth.
ドラノール
Eleanor,
このドラノールある限り
as long as I'm here,
その真実をお守りいたします。
I'll protect that truth.
どんなにみすぼらしくとも私はその真実を
A,
触
re-
ら
a,
いは
a,
しません。
a true friend, Delanor is. A true bro. No matter how pathetic it is, I will not laugh at that truth. What? The words of Delanor, whom Erika had previously looked down upon, led Erika to once again thrash about on the floor, sobbing.
そして
And,
唯一の真実が存在しない限り全ては闇の底だ。
because no unique truth exists, everything is covered in darkness.
すなわち
Therefore,
俺の推理もエリカの推理も否定不能であると同時に唯一の真実でもない。
while both my theory and Eric's theory are impossible to deny, neither is unique truth.
否定できないが絶対でもないあやふやなものだ。
They are vague, and while neither can be denied, neither is certain.
確定しない以上魔女幻想はまだ存在してる。
Because there has been no decision, the illusion of the witch still exists.
それを暴くことが許されてるのはエリカでなければ貴様らでもない。
The only one who will be permitted to expose it is neither Erika nor the rest of you.
この俺だけだ。
It's me alone.
俺以外にベアトリーチェの魔女幻想は暴かせない。
I won't let anyone expose Beatrice's illusion except me.
判決を変更。
The verdict is revised.
後宮バトラの示した真実により エリカの真実の唯一性は失われた。
Because of the truth presented by Ishimiya Battler, Erika's truth is no longer unique.
しかしエリカの真実は否定不能。
However, Erika's truth is impossible to disprove.
よって二人の真実は並び立つ。
Therefore, both of their truths exist together.
第5のゲームの決着を撤回。
The conclusion of the fifth game is rescinded.
ゲームはイーブンに戻るわ。
The game goes back to being even. Let's restart it from the top.
そしてゲームマスターは私から黄金の魔術師後宮バトラに移る。
And I transfer the position of Game Master from myself to the Golden Sorcerer, Ishimiya Battler.
後宮バトラ前へ。
Ishimiya Battler, step forward.
あんたを新しいゲームマスターに任命するわ。
I appoint you as the new Game Master.
承諾する？
Will you accept?
するわよね。
You will, right?
しなさい。新しい無限の魔女。
Do it, you new endless witch.
ああ、
Yeah,
俺が新しいゲームマスターだ。
I'm the new Game Master.
第6のゲームは俺が紡ぐ。
I'll weave the sixth game. Oh! Yeah, that means he gets to dictate the rules of the new game. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Huh.
エリカ、今度こそ俺と決着をつけようじゃねえか。
Interesting. Erica, let's settle things for good this time.
立て。
Stand up. Yes,
立ちますとも、
I will stand.
この屈辱。
I'll make you regret.
話す機会を与えたことを後悔させましょう。
Giving me a chance to clear away the shame.
我が主、第6のゲームにてもう一度バトラと戦う機会をお与えください。
My master, please give me an opportunity to fight with Battler again in the sixth game.
ええ、
Sure.
もちろんよ。チャンスをあげる。
Of course, I'll give you a chance.
あらすごいわね。
Wow, incredible.
あなたがチャンスをあげるなんて。
She said I'll give you a chance.
これって奇跡じゃないの？奇跡の魔女ベルンカステル？
Isn't this a miracle? From the Witch of Miracles, Berncastel?
エリカ、
Erica,
奇跡的にあなたは命拾いしたわ。
you've miraculously managed to escape with your life.
第6のゲーム、バトラのゲーム。
In the sixth game? Battler's game?
何としても暴きなさい。
Expose the truth no matter what.
忘却の闇に捨てられたくなければね。
Unless you want to be tossed aside into the darkness of oblivion.
はい、
Oh,
我が主。
we can only hope by the time episode 6 ends. Erica's just sent to the Shadow Realm. Yes, my master.
ドラノール。
Delanor.
無論です。
Of course.
次なるゲームにても全力を尽くします。
I'll give it my all in the next game as well.
もう客人のふりはしません。
I won't pretend to be a guest any longer.
私とドラノールであなたのゲームを引き裂いてみせます。
Together with Delanor, I'll tear your game to bits.
ああ、
Sure.
招待してやるぜ。俺の第6のゲームにな。
I'll invite you to my sixth game.
悪いが、タイトルはお前のつけたチェックメイト・オブ・ザではなくなるぜ。
That's good. Sorry, but that title of yours, Checkmate of the, isn't cutting it.
あなたのゲームです。あなたが名付けるといいでしょう。
It's your game. You can decide the name yourself.
その挑戦、望むところです。
Just bring it on.
私はフルドエリカ。魔女である以前に、探偵。
I, Fruto Erica, am a detective before I am a witch.
あなたがこのゲームの新たな支配者であることを認め、 そして宣戦布告します。
I acknowledge you as the new master of this game, and I issue a proclamation of war.
絶対に暴いてやる。殺してやる。
I'll definitely expose it all. I'll kill you.
黄金の魔術師、後宮バトラー。
Golden sorcerer, Ishiromiya battler. Anything different on profiles? Oh shit, you're making me check at a moment like this. Doesn't look like it. Shame. A shame. Nothing cool.
ああ、存分にかかってこい。
Yeah, come at me with all you've got.
フルドエリカ
Furudo Erica! Just watch, Bito. I'll take charge of your game. And in this next game, I'll prove that I completely understand all of your riddles. Oh, that's cool. Yeah! Oh, give me that funky bass line. We did it. Sniffles and all. I gotta apologize with just how often I was sniffling and sounding sick and gross this whole time. It probably didn't make for the most pleasant of viewing experience, so apologies about that. I was so desperate to get to episode 6 for tomorrow. Didn't even take 5 hours. So true. So true. Oh, these like whispered lyrics are dope. In my left and right ear, respectively. Lots of people figure out the mystery by now. Rude. Well, I'm certainly not. A gift. See, here's the thing. I might be smarter than the average bear, but I'm also dumber than the average person, so... I got the IQ of, like, 3. I mean, like I said, throughout this whole series, I've had theories, but I don't know. Most of my theories aren't like riddle-solving theories, right? Like, I haven't put everything together. I just like having loose theories being, you know, thrown around my face. Like my theory of Maria being the new Beatrice at some point. Still holding on to that. Battler being, hey, the fucking Battler being the baby. I called that, and he used it as a thing. That was the pivotal point here in this, in that little section right there. So I'll call it. I mean, at some point it became super obvious, but like I think I called it slightly earlier. So I'm gonna say that's a point for me. Oh, my chest thing? Still holding on to that. The, some piece is gonna get to the back row of the metaphorical chessboard and will be resurrected as another piece. I'm holding on to that. Exactly. My theories are less the riddle solving. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because there's a part of me that's like, sure, it'd be very cool. Very cool if I was sitting here finishing episode 5 and I'm like, I've figured it out. You know what? I'm just so smart. But also, there's a part of me that is kind of glad that I'm not trying to think it about, like, answers to everything too frequently or too often or too hard. Not saying that I would ruin necessarily the story or my experience if I did sit there and, like, solve everything. But, like, if I don't solve anything ahead of time too much or too frequently, like I have my dumb outlandish theories sometimes, but if I'm not sitting there solving everything and trying too hard on that, then I'm just being able to passively kind of experience the story, and then as the things presented to me. So I'm not saying it's good or anything, definitely not. But I also, like, if you just tell me, like, lots of people figured out the mystery by now, I totally believe that. There has been a lot of different hints and stuff, and I'm sure there are people who read Umineko who are really into it and are not reading an episode over the course of a month like I am. They're reading it much more frequently and have everything that's being presented to them in a much more condensed space where they're able to think about it more, and they're not also streaming it like I am. So I'm also going back to this thing I said at the top of the stream here. I'm sort of experiencing the Umineko riddles and everything with an arm tied behind my back. It's just a different kind of, like, thing, you know? Also, my brain sucks and doesn't remember things that happened. Probably anything beyond, like, 2 weeks. So there's no way I'm going to be able to remember anything that happened at episodes previous and then me be able to, like, try to tie it all together. Unfortunately. All right. Do we know of anything interesting in the tips that I should immediately be looking out here for? I think I have to look at here. There's the Decalogue, the Kukulog, Red Key, Blue Key, and this thing. We've already seen those. Let's mess around with 556. We've seen that again. Oh, it's this whole deal. Gone too soon. This is an interesting sound effect. Ah. Just her arms just limply going. I do just be clicking things. If I start episode 5 again, I might be able to see the chapter select screen. Is that something worth seeing? I thought I've tested this out before. Ah! This is an interesting screen. Tested before test. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. You may perform witchcraft to jump forward in time. Yeah, let me cast that spell. Whoa! Oh, look at this. They got the times and everything. Ah. Ah, interesting. Interesting. That's cool. Interesting. All right. Well, great. We finished episode 5. What do you mean, what's episode 6? You mean the little description thing? Why don't we just wait for episode 6 to start? We'll do that. Don't get so antsy. We can read that tomorrow. No need for a tease on that. Okay, so look at that, dude. Haters would say that I would not be. Haters will still say that I'm not going to be at the pace I'm going, be able to finish before the end of the year. But I did all of episode 5 within a month, and technically we're gonna be. In theory, if I start episode 6 tomorrow, assuming I'm not on death's door by tomorrow, or sound even worse, start in on episode 6 before the end of the month. So I'm still on pace. Haters keep doubting me. Haters can what is this? I was thinking of talking about a scene from this chapter, excuse me, that I don't think is brought up again, and I don't think you'll remember afterwards. Well, I mean, that second part. I'm not going to remember anything. I'm probably not going to remember, come tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm probably not going to remember this stream. At the current state my body is in right now, no chance. The scene with the knock and letter on the dining hall. Yeah, where the letter just appeared, and then they were like coming up with wild theories about how it appeared there, and that was like a thing. Oh, it was attached to the cart. Oh, it was dropped off by someone. Oh. That Erica didn't figure it out at all. Is that all you were bringing up then? That Erica didn't figure it out? I just don't remember it being talked about anymore, ever. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I don't think it was either. Especially because I only just now remembered about it now. Weird letter. Weird letter. Will we ever get more info on it? The situation. The situation itself. Alright, so let me make predictions for 6. Well, not really predictions. Let's just set up for episode 6 tomorrow, right? Battler, Game Master. Battler game. Will that change the dynamic? Probably. It's another probably Erica v. Battler episode. The way Erica said that she was not going to be playing as a guest sounded interesting to me at the time when she said it. So maybe she was going to be introduced into the house slightly differently. Or she just meant maybe she's taking the kid gloves off and she's just gonna 1-2 punch this family so hard. No more holding back. No more kicking and screaming. Erica, honestly, for how much she likes to present herself as, like, for lack of a better term, like a badass, she's really good at embarrassing herself too when things don't go her way. Her like falling to the ground and kicking and screaming there towards the end. How utterly embarrassing. How utterly embarrassing, I say. But that's enough for rambling. So like I said, tomorrow, the stream should happen tomorrow night. I don't know when we'll be able to start, but sometime evening-ish to night-ish, we'll do Umineko episode 6. Assuming, like I said, I can function 50-50, I guess, on that shot. Thank you. It's been a long journey. We're all finishing episode 5 together. We're all on the journey together. We're all in the same car. The unfortunate thing is just I'm behind the wheel. So you guys are electing to watch this live, archived, Twitch VODs, YouTube VODs. You're my passenger. You're subject to my rules of the road. Again, apologies for how I sounded. Sorry for all the sniffling. Probably was obnoxious if you're the type of person that like listens for that constantly, or that like it's like the almost probably the equivalent of like people that are like, oh, I hate the sound of chewing. I would imagine hearing the sound of me sniffling a bunch is probably not ideal for 2.5 hours, but it had to be done. It had to be done. So, stream tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Have a great Saturday. Take it easy. See you in another stream. Until then.